Hello, and welcome to this edition of Behind the Badge. I'm Christy Hopkins, Director of Media and Public Relations for the Harford County Sheriff's Office. Our deputies are committed to providing a safe environment for all those who live in our county. On today's show, we'll explain the 287G program and how it works at the Harford County Detention Center. We'll show you how you can protect your property from thieves by taking some simple precautions, and explain how our traffic unit protects you on our roads. We'll tell you all about our week-long summer camp for youth that shows the ins and outs of being a deputy, and introduce you to the one man who might just be the most popular person at the Sheriff's Office. Now that the warmer weather is getting closer by the day, we'll share some tips on how to keep your pets safe and introduce you to one of our new canine crime fighters. We'll tell you how scores of Harford County residents turned out to honor two Sheriff's Office heroes and became heroes in their own right by giving life-saving blood. And join Harford Magazine in tipping our hats to a few of Harford's best. But first, the safety of our children as they get on and off school buses every school day is a top priority for our Sheriff's Office traffic unit. Let's go for a ride along with Corporal Robert Todd and find out how he makes sure our kids get to school and back home safely.
Every day there's over 400 school buses in the county picking up children. I'm Corporal Robert Todd of the Harford County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit, and I'm here to explain to you why it's so important to stop for those red flashing lights. So just myself, from September 1st to the end of February, I've had 66 violators that I've stopped. However, that's people that I've stopped. There's times where no exaggeration, have had 4 or 5 cars pass the bus in different directions, and obviously I can't stop everybody when they're going different directions. I get as many violators as I can. So witnessing has probably been closer to 80 at least, but 66 people I've stopped just myself. The reason I stopped you is you failed to stop for the school bus that was stopped. The school bus law is that whenever the red lights are flashing, you have to come to a complete stop and not pass that bus as long as it's not a divided highway. So if you're caught, it's a $570 fine and 3 points assessed by the MVA to your driving record. Yeah, so the fine is steep. I've had people telling me I'm taking food out of their kids' mouths, but yeah, I don't set the fine amounts. That's obviously by the state, but there's a reason why the fine amount is so high, because of how dangerous it is. I did issue a citation, okay, for failing to stop for a school vehicle displaying alternately flashing red lights. All right, so with this citation, you have 30 days to either pay the fine or request a court date. If you don't do anything within 30 days, to fail to comply, they'll suspend your license. Okay. If my kids were getting on a school bus, I would want all the cars stopping, because a lot of kids aren't looking and checking across, whether they're crossing the street or not. I don't want them to get hit. I'd rather somebody pay that $570 fine, and now next time they're going to think twice and they're going to stop versus a child, God forbid, being hit, because we've had that happen. I know it goes without saying how egregious an act it is passing a stop school bus when the kids are getting on off, because we've had kids hit. We don't want that to happen. All right, so you got to make sure you're aware of your surroundings and aware of the buses. Okay. So besides our enforcement initiatives, where we've been going out and actually following buses, and in addition to the following buses, we've also been sitting at bus stops where you may not see us if you're following the bus or driving the opposite direction. So just because you don't see us doesn't mean we're not there watching. But in addition to that, we've actually been putting deputies on the buses, and they're actually seeing whether there is a high number of people on a particular route that are passing the bus. We also are trying to make sure that it's not, the violations are not contributed by the bus driver. Is the bus driver throwing the red lights on too quickly? There's not enough advance notice between the yellow lights and the red lights. Are they doing everything correctly? This is a serious violation, a serious act, and I have no tolerance for it. It's 100% citation rate. If you decide not to stop for a school bus that's displaying its alternately flashing red lights. And we're out there doing what we can to try to prevent some of these injuries and deaths, and try to slow some of these people down and get these people to be more aware of their surroundings and actually stop for these school buses. It's simple, really. For the safety of our children, when you see a school bus with the flashing red lights, stop. Thank you and be safe.
Protecting our children as they get on and off school buses isn't the only responsibility of our traffic unit. There's so much more that they do. Let's find out more from Sergeant Mike Lane.
In 2019, the Harford County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit conducted nearly 5,000 traffic stops. I'm Sergeant Mike Lane, Supervisor for the Traffic Unit, and today we're going to tell you a little bit more about what we do. The traffic unit is comprised of 6 members, 2 supervisors, 3 deputies, and 1 civilian. We have many tasks and duties that we're responsible for in the county. If it's a traffic safety related issue, our unit's involved. On a daily basis, we receive requests from the community wanting us to do radar in their communities. We also do distracted driving enforcement, and that's a big complaint also about people using their cell phones, which, believe it or not, we do look for those and we do enforce it. In addition, the traffic unit is responsible for the tow companies and the cab companies, ensuring that they are licensed and permitted to operate in the county. Several members of the unit are commercial motor vehicle inspectors. This entails us going out, stopping commercial motor trucks, and conducting inspections on them to make sure that they're operating safely and in compliance with the federal motor carrier rules of the road. Additionally, we follow school buses. The reason why we do this is because we get numerous complaints all the time about people running the school bus red lights. When the school bus has their red lights operational, you're required to stop unless you have a divided median. We also conduct training, which involves our academy class, the recruit classes. We do the traffic block of instruction for them, and also during in-service, occasionally we teach deputies traffic-related topics. We attend community events where we set up displays and do presentations about traffic safety-related issues. Another responsibility we have is overseeing the breath test program for the agency. That includes our intoximeter operators, making sure that they're doing monthly what they're supposed to be doing to keep their certifications. The Harford County Sheriff's Office is committed to traffic safety. Our ultimate goal is to work towards 0 deaths on our roadways. You don't always see us out there, but we are. Stay safe, slow down, wear your seatbelt, put down the phone, and drive sober.
Today, behavioral health issues affect as many as 1 in 5 people, and we have developed the center to provide a single point of contact and access to care if you or a loved one is suffering from a behavioral health crisis. A behavioral health crisis refers to both mental health and/or substance use issues. The very first thing you or a loved one should do if experiencing a behavioral health crisis is call our 1-800 number. This number will connect you quickly to an experienced team of behavioral health professionals who can help you assess your crisis situation and decide what your immediate next steps should be. These steps can include a mobile crisis team visit to your home, coming to the crisis center or setting an appointment for next day assessment, calling for emergency services and going to the closest emergency room, or a referral to another resource in our area. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP when you need help, and please visit our website to learn more information about the services we provide.
Lots of people don't realize that by taking some simple precautions, you can prevent thieves from targeting your car or home. Let's find out how you can outsmart them.
Every day, members of the Harford County Sheriff's Office respond to calls for service from citizens in the community complaining that their cars have been broken into. Hi, I'm DFC Alan Jennings, and I'm here to give you some tips on how to prevent yourself from being a victim. The most important thing, and the thing we can't stress enough, is to lock your vehicle's doors, even if you're in your own driveway, because an unlocked door is an invitation to a thief. Another important thing to remember is not to leave valuables in plain view, such as electronics, keys, wallets, or cash. These things, even if your door is locked, is an invitation for a thief to break your window and steal your property. Another important thing to remember about leaving your car unlocked is that if you leave your keys in the car or you have a garage door opener, it invites the thief to make access to your home. If for some reason you do need to leave property in your car, ensure it's placed in a spot where you can't easily see it from outside the car. And if you're going to put it there, make sure it's there before you get to your destination so that a thief can't find that or see you hiding it before you leave your vehicle. And when you're parking somewhere at night, ensure that you park in a well-lit area. And while we're on the topic of securing your property, it's important to remember to lock the windows and doors of your house, even ones on upper levels. Following these simple steps can help reduce the probability of you being a victim of property crimes such as theft or burglary. As always, if you see something, say something. If you see something suspicious, call 911.
And while we're talking cars, leaving your pet alone in your car can be deadly. And some changes in Harford County laws reflect that. We'll find out more from our Animal Control Manager, Kevin Cahigas.
Now that the warmer weather is approaching, We want to make sure that you understand that there were some changes to the law in Harford County regarding animals in vehicles. The law used to say that animals should not be left unattended in a vehicle when it's 80 degrees or more.
Last year, the law changed to 70 degrees.
We want to make sure that our animals are actually safe, even if the windows are cracked. Without our experience in animal control, we have handled a lot of different calls where animals have been left unattended in a vehicle and the temperatures tend to rise a lot higher than you think. A lot of our citizens ask, how exactly do we know that an animal is struggling inside a vehicle? And we actually use a couple of different methods to understand when exactly we have an animal in an emergency. One of the things that we use is this thermometer that all the officers in Harford County carry. They can actually measure the surface temperature of the vehicle. A lot of people don't understand that even at 70 degrees, if you let an animal unattended inside a vehicle, in 10 minutes, that temperature can change drastically and can become fatal for the animal. If we encounter an animal inside a vehicle, there's a couple of different methods that we can utilize to make sure that we enforce the laws. One of them is actually issuing citations. The first citation for having a dog unattended in a vehicle is $50. If we find the animal again and it becomes a second offense, it will go up to $150 and then $500. So our citizens need to understand the severity of leaving an animal unattended in a vehicle. If you see an animal in distress, just give us a call. That's what we're here for. If you want to play it safe and want to make sure that your animals are safe, keep your animals at home.
Harford County has enlisted a few more crime fighters in the ranks of its Canine Corps, and we'd like to introduce you to some of them. Let's meet Canine Pemmy and her partner, Senior Deputy Joe Mattis.
Hello, my name is Deputy Joe Mattis with the Harford County Sheriff's Office. This is my partner, Canine Pemmy. She's a Belgian Malinois mix. She's about 18 months old. She's my newest partner. Canine Pemmy is very sociable. She loves doing agility work. She loves doing detection work. She is probably one of the most sociable dogs that I've ever dealt with in terms of training with other police dogs. She likes to explore and say hello to everybody. She really likes doing all the jumps and the hurdles. I think that's some of her favorite stuff to do during training. We just went through our detection school, so she learned about drug detection. She really enjoyed that. Something that she was really good at problem solving and figuring out where the drugs were. So I'm really excited to get her out on the street and start working with her. Canines are a useful police tool because they do stuff that us as police officers can't. They have this incredible resource. They have their nose. We use them to locate whether it's drugs, whether it's people. It's really incredible the capabilities that they have and the speed in which we can get things accomplished, whether it's trying to find somebody in a building or find somebody that's walked off or ran away from a crime, or to use them to find drugs. At home, she's very vocal. She likes to shout at all the neighbors and everything else every time that she sees anybody. But she's like a normal dog when she's at home. She knows that when I put on a uniform that it's time to go to work, and she gets very excited and is ready to go.
Every summer, some Harford County high school students get to have the time of their lives for free while learning the ins and outs of law enforcement and corrections. They enroll in our Sheriff's Office Youth Academy and get an inside look at what it takes to be a Harford County Sheriff's Deputy. Let's find out more.
Hello, I'm Corporal Stavros Columbi-Heese with the Harford County Sheriff's Office School Policing Unit. I'm here today to talk to you about the Harford County Sheriff's Office Youth Academy. The Youth Academy is a week-long stay at Harford Glen where your student will get to learn what it's like to be a police officer. Some of the things your students will learn at the Youth Academy is drill and ceremony, where the students will learn discipline, traffic stops, which will include radar, the importance of being safe while driving, DUIs, and other traffic-related issues. Canine demonstrations with our Harford County Sheriff's Office Canine team, canoeing, where they'll actually go out on the river, an SRT demonstration with our SWAT team, where we'll show them the actual obstacle course that our SRT members must pass in order to be a SWAT team member. The Criminal Investigation Division will come out and explain to your students what it's like to be a detective in the agency. This will include our Forensic Services Unit, demonstrating what it's like to obtain latent prints and other evidence left at the scene of crimes. Our drug investigators will explain the effects of drugs on the human body and the importance of staying drug-free. With the focus on teamwork, your students will participate in the ropes course, as well as many other activities built to define leadership and teamwork values. On the last night of the Youth Academy, your students will take everything they've learned throughout the week and focus them on scenarios mimicking what our deputies face on a day-to-day basis. Any high school-aged person can attend the Harford County Sheriff's Office Youth Academy. To apply, contact your SRO or go to our website. The Youth Academy is an awesome experience where you'll be able to get to know a lot of new friends, including the SROs that work in our schools every day. We hope to see you this summer.
From our dining and shopping, to our rich history, to everything water, to the decoy capital of the world.
Come have a ball and have it great.
A great place to live, work, and play. Come discover and explore haverdegrace.com.
Oftentimes, one person can light up a workplace and make the workday a little easier. Well, at the Harford County Sheriff's Office headquarters, that person is Jack, who not only makes sure our trash and recyclables are taken care of properly, but always has an encouraging word, a story to tell, and a smile to share.
And this is what all I do. But I already did upstairs on the second floor and the third floor. I take out all the trash and take all the recycle out. Put it in the back, in the dumpsters. Best job is hanging around sheriff's deputies, and mostly background people. I get to talk to them. I'll see you on Monday. Yes, that's Joe. Well, this is the only badge that has my name on it and 2 stars. When I was a kid, I was playing sheriff when I was little, when I lived in the city. And everybody else played bad guys or neighbors' kids. And I'm the only one. And I started collecting shoulder patches and badges. There's so many different kinds. Usually this one would have been the old ones. And some of them actually came from some of the old, most of them came from the homicide detectives because they were all working. This one's I think the oldest one is a different one because that's a different design as the others. This is actually where my desk is. I just put this stuff right in here. But I do have a couple of badges, a fireman's badge and a policeman's badge from Baltimore City. It's, you know, the Ravens. But this is my desk. This is the picture, and this is what me and the sheriff and with my friend Ryan gave me with his girlfriend. But this one I got myself. That's one of the cowboys that's on TV. Well, I like best having friends.
Whenever someone commits a crime and is arrested in Harford County, they're taken to the Harford County Detention Center. Before being booked in the facility, all arrestees go through a screening process. That includes questions about immigration. Let's find out more about this process and why it's another important tool in our fight against crime.
Hello, my name's Sergeant Christopher Crespo. I'm one of the designated immigration officers here at the Harford County Detention Center. I'm here to speak about the 287G program. There's a lot of misunderstanding about the 287G program here in Harford County. This is not a law enforcement function. The 287G program is a correctional-based program here at the Harford County Detention Center. So here's how the program works. Anyone that's arrested and processed through the Harford County Detention Center is screened and interviewed by our officers. If it is determined that this individual is here illegally or has entered the United States without inspection through Homeland Security, one of our designated immigration officers are then notified. The designated immigration officer will then conduct an interview with this individual to find exactly what their status is here in the United States. If it is determined that this individual has violated any of the rules or regulations of the Homeland Security, the designated immigration officer will then issue a detainer or a notice to appear in front of an immigration judge. The immigration judge will then decide whether this individual will continue here in the United States or be returned back to their country of origin. How does an officer become a designated immigration officer? The officer first needs to apply through the sheriff's office. Once approved through the sheriff's office, the individual is then screened by Homeland Security to ensure they meet all clearances and guidelines through Homeland Security. The officer is then trained through Homeland Security on immigration law. The purpose of the 287G program is to help ensure the safety and security of all citizens in Harford County.
More than 100 Harford County citizens turned out recently to remember 2 of our fallen heroes, and also to give life-saving blood to those in need. The Harford County Sheriff's Office and the American Red Cross hosted a special blood drive in honor of Senior Deputy Patrick Daly and Deputy First Class Mark Logston. On the 4th anniversary of the day, we tragically lost these deputies. The need for blood is constant, and only volunteer donors can fulfill that need for patients in our Harford County community. Nationwide, someone needs a unit of blood every 2 to 3 seconds, and most of us will need blood in our lifetime. If you missed our blood drive, no worries. You can still call the Red Cross to schedule your life-saving donation. Although we don't ask for accolades, we're certainly happy when people recognize our deputies who go beyond the badge in service to their community. Recently, Harford Magazine declared Sheriff Jeffrey Gahler Harford County's best elected official for 2019 as a result of citizens voting in the magazine's Harford County's Best contest. But they didn't stop there in recognizing and applauding the work that our Sheriff's Office does. The magazine also awarded Senior Deputy Anthony DiMarino Harford County's Best Police Officer for 2019, and who gave Deputy Robert Witt honorable mention as Harford County's Best Police Officer. We thank Harford Magazine and our Harford County citizens for the recognition as we continue our mission of protecting the rights of all citizens with courage, honor, and integrity. And by the way, we're hiring. If you are looking for a new career and want to work for the best, with the best, contact us and we'll get you started. Let's check in now on our cold case file. On Saturday, June 22, 2013, deputies assigned to the Southern Precinct responded to the 1800 block of Grempler Way in Edgewood for the report of a shooting. Upon arrival, they found 24-year-old Quinton Sparks Stokes suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was transported to shock trauma, where he later died. Anyone having information about this crime is asked to call us or submit an anonymous tip. Your information could be eligible for a cash reward if your information leads to an arrest and conviction. Well, that's all for today's show. We have lots more to share with you about who we are, what we do, and how we keep you and your family safe here in Harford County. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram for more information about our agency between episodes. Until next time, for Behind the Badge, I'm Christy Hopkins.